Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 16 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery. Today I have plans to augment a bunch of create-based stuff. Or at least, that's what I'm thinking. We'll see how it works out. So my plan for today is to get more create-based power up and running. And the main method of going about that is I think I'm going to set up a steam engine real quick. And then I'm probably gonna tear down this water wheel setup so that I can put a steam engine over here. And then I'd like to expand and automate some things. I'd like to have mechanical crafters up and running so we can craft some of the things that need to be made with mechanical crafters. And then, we can make some other cool stuff. I want to do electric motors. I usually don't play with these, but I might play with them this time, only because I could see them being pretty useful. To have, I want to have, a main create area that's powered by the steam generator, but then, little, things like this over here can be powered by the kinetic generator, the electric motor thing. Yeah. So that's my plan, and we're going to see how it plays out. Now, the steam generator we want to be pretty decent in size. I've programmed most of the things that I'm going to need over here, but I think I might have missed tanks from Create. Let's see. I don't know if I did those yet. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. And then I'm also going to need copper plates, which I can throw into my multi-servo press that I have down here somewhere. Sweet. All right. Yeah. So let's do it up. So I should be able to make, a healthy amount of tanks. That should be cool. From Create, I should have a lot of things, actually. Get me, a good number of these guys. I know I'm going to probably need at least 4 of these. No crafting CPUs available. That's right, they will be soon. That'll probably be a good start-ish, right? As you can see, I taught the A system how to make a lot of the stuff that I'm going to need. And then we'll kind of just take it from there and decide what else we might need to make happen. That all should be cool. So, for example, if I wanted, 30 more of these, no problem, right? Easy peasy. Sweet. Okay. So let's get to work building a create steam boiler so that we can get lots of create-based power going. Sound cool? So for the water for this thing, I'm going to try out the Evertide amulet and a tank. Let's see how well that does for storing infinite amounts of water for me. So I'm going to start here-ish, and then we'll I feel like this level is a little bit too low for the thing, and then we'll just run the pipes up and we'll be fine. So that should be cool. So I'm thinking what I'm thinking is we should have the blaze burners chilling here, right? And we'll get the blaze burners, properly placed out. Now, if I put you guys here like so, that should be cool. And then you can have the Evertide in you, right? Now, is there a mode I have to put you in so that you don't empty, right? If I put you in empty mode, you keep emptying and then you don't drop to the output. I think that's the way we're going to want this to be. Cool. And then I should be able to maybe do something isn't there that and it'll dump water out? I might want to use a mechanical pipe. Didn't I have mechanical pipes? Maybe not. It's all right, we can get some. If this doesn't work, we can do, other types of pipes, but it should work. I really should consider having steel be I feel like steel is probably constantly being emptied into the thing over there, so that's not a great situation for me. I should probably have a dedicated steel maker rather than an export bus. That would probably be smart. That would probably be smart. We'll change that up at some point in the future. See, yeah, because here's the problem: is it's there we go. Cool. Now, if I were to use this pipe, just to see, right? If I put this here with this guy like so, that's cool. And then you're still set to empty, right? And then if I did that, would you dump water into here or no? No, you don't seem to want to. you probably need a pump then. I'm trying to avoid having the generation of energy reliant on create power because, yeah. That always gums me up. Whenever anything gets stuck, it's like a nuisance to fix. There we go. Now you're filling with water. Sweet. All right, cool. So that should be good, and then I should be able to. I'm gonna come over here and get some blazes. So let's do. Did I teach this stuff yet? I may want to automate this soon, but not just yet, because I really want to focus primarily on getting Crate up and running before we get into this whole automation. But I need some blaze effigies in order for this to work out, right? So let's at least teach you how to make the soul stone. And then what was the deal with calcite again? Induction smelter of stone and bone meal. And bone meal can just be made from bones, which are EMCable. So that's not terrible, right? So that would be you here. And you're an induction smelter. And you can go down here too. And then the effigies should be fully automated at that point. If I wanted like 10 of those, we're missing soul stones. Didn't I just teach you how to make a soul stone? Maybe you don't like the whole substitutions thing? There you go. That seems better. Cool. So yeah, he's you know, making the calcite, and that looks pretty good to me. Awesome. And then we should be able to, if we got some cobble, is it? No, netherite. So for 10 of those, we would want 40, right? Well, let me just do this, and then we can do 8 of these. That sound cool? And then all we need to do is place them in the world and catch them. Nice. That works for me. I wonder if I can do like the auto feed thing, because isn't there an auto feeder? Feeding upgrade requires a lot of things I don't have at the moment, doesn't it? Yes, it does. I don't have any apples? Well, I guess that makes sense. The apples have EMC? No. Yeah, I don't feel like doing all that. I'll just have to right click. Okay. So then you guys are cool. Alright. Now, you've got a water tank going. Do I need to attach the steam engine before you can start behaving and recognizing that you want steam? These guys are just gold plates, which I taught the thing how to make. So easy peasy. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Yeah, so you got plenty of water. You could do with more size. Now I think I need to grab some coal here. Okay. Sweet. So that's a size level 2. Size level 3, 4. Still 4. That should be sufficient, right? I would think. Kinetic stress capacity is pretty good by a 1 engine, but we can have multiple engines here, right? And then we'd be... Oh, it's split into 65,000. Okay. Yep, not terrible. So we have tons of water, which is throwing me off a little bit, but not too bad. But you're good on this setup with Evertide and everything. So we could... I think level 4 is probably the best we're going to do with... I mean, we could make it more, but I think that should be sufficient to get me going, right? I think so. We could bump it up to, like, a higher level, I think, but I don't think we need to. So then what we'd probably want to do, right around here, is something like this. Alright, so let's do Can I rotate these guys such that they... Is there like a... Is there a way to make that go? Yeah, that's what I want, actually. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sweet. That's what I wanted. Okay, good. Nice. Okay. Well, that's cool. Now, it's interesting to me that it's changing at all, or it's moving at all, right? Because the only heat I really have here are the blaze burners that are not running, right? So, but I mean, it can still do 2,000 stress units. That's pretty good. But then I pump up the heat here, and you're up to 16, 32, 49, and 65,000. So that should be sufficient for now, at least for a little bit, considering we're only using 1,000 up here. So we're going to have 65 times the power that we would need otherwise. Now, the only thing we really have to focus on before we do any more for this is I want to get, and this might take a little bit of effort, but I want to get precision mechanisms up and running. And I thought a nice place to automate that might be down here. So you know what I need to teach is the deployers. I don't think I set those up yet in the automation dude. I would like you to know how to make those, and at some point you'll need to know how to make these, but I haven't taught either of these guys yet. But this one I can definitely teach, right? And that shouldn't be a problem. Now, brass sheets require pressing. They do not work in the thermal machine, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. I've got a few that I've programmed, or not, there's a few that I made earlier, right? Yeah, so we should be cool. We should be cool. So let's get the 3... Really? I'm out of that stuff already? I guess I am. I thought I had a few of them extra. I have brass extra. That's all right. We can make this happen. You... Usually half a stack is what I do. And... about half a stack of you. Sweet. Okay. I didn't really want you there. And we have to automate this too at some point, obviously. But we'll get there. That's why we're working on Create today. All right, so deployer, let's get just 2 of them for now, but we'll probably have multiple deployer setups down there, right? And then 2 of these, and that should be cool. Okay, and then we've got our belts, which, by the way, I also taught you how to make some more of those if we need to. Easy peasy. I even taught it how to make, you know, kelp into dried kelp. Just so we'd be ready. Alright, now you guys might want to get out of my way a little bit. I may reorchestrate how this works, right? I could move these away from pipes and into laser IO at this point. And then we're also going to tap into here probably for this next set of automation. So basically what I'd like to do is have something like this, right? And then 1, 2, 3, but then rotate. Boop, boop, boop. And that should be cool. Right, so you're going to come in there. I could probably just have you end here. Okay. So for this to work, we need some andesite funnels. And we might need a few more of these. I don't think we need them to be brass at this point, but we'll see. And then we want an insert chest. And an export chest. And eventually this will be pattern provided and interface, right? And then we'll want export buses on these guys. Okay. So we could ask for a bunch of those probably and get that crafting started. And maybe some cables. I don't know if I need dense cables just yet, but we'll get, you know, some stuff. All right. So in order to make, so what I want to make is the arm, right? I want the arm from create, this dude, and that needs a precision mechanism, and that's what's needed to put coal into the blaze burners down there. Cool. So to make precision mechanisms, now this is a little bit of an annoying recipe because it only has an 80% chance of succeeding with a 20% chance of getting some random stuff. So making this a recipe that AE2 can handle might be a challenge. There's a few ways we could do this. We could say, like, put in 10 gold plates and you'll get one. And there's an exceedingly good chance that you will get at least one precision mechanism from 10 gold plates. It's almost impossible, but not completely, that you would request, you know, one gold plate or one precision mechanism would put 10 gold plates in and all 10 of them would fail. It could happen, though. But that's one approach. You know, we'll look into others. So cogwheel, large cogwheel, and iron nugget. So boop, boop, boop. Right? So nugget of iron, and then cogwheel, large cogwheel, right? So I'm doing this backwards. And then we're also going to need crafter cards, right? That shouldn't be too hard to make, you would think. Come on, buddy. There you are. So that would be you, you, and you. And now you can craft, right? As needed. And then you would just need a little bit of rotational fun times. Now, what would be a good way to get rotational stuff going on here? What we could do is have a gearbox, like so. And you. That could be cool, right? That could be cool. That's one approach. Now, my plan is to have multiple of these deployers doing other things behind this and, like, kind of in a row here, right? So that would be fun. So I'm thinking that's probably cool. Yeah, and then we could have multiple gearboxes coming out here for more deployers or whatever else, right? Because we're going to eventually need things like this, automated, and I'm sure there's other deployers. Like, we're going to want this to happen, right? We're going to want this to happen. So there's other things that we're going to want to deploy in this manner. So we should be, you know, planning for that effectively. Cool. All right, that works. So then to get power from there, we're probably going to want another gearbox. We're probably going to need a few gearboxes, to be honest with you, because Dire always needs his gearboxes. There we go. And then you, and you with a gear in between. But you need to be a vertical. Cool. Now, are you rotating the correct way? You are. Awesome. Awesome. Now, we may want to speed this up. And to do that, I'm going to want, what's it called? This thing, the rotational speed controller. But that also needs precision mechanisms, so we can't do that until we get precision mechanisms. What I'll probably wind up doing is moving these guys down a little bit and then speeding it up from below. Okay? So now, what I want to do is this guy needs a P2P hookup, right? So do I have my memory card, or is it in here? There it is. Let's make sure that we are connected to this guy, who currently, by the way, only has one of the 32 channels in use, so we have plenty of channels available. We're going to want this to come over here, probably. And my plan is to, like, attach it here, and then we might have more things coming out eventually, so we should be prepared for that, but that's what this is here for. So, like, eventually I could split this off this way and have another coming out that way. Okay? So now if I do this, you guys should be export busing the stuff that I want once I load you up. Device booted online, and then you should all be getting your items. Sweet. Now, if I get some gold plates, let's say 20 of them, Okay, we're ready to go. So you're going to come and get this and then this. Now, I'm thinking we could use laser IO for the next piece of this puzzle, because we now need to extract precision mechanisms, right? So what I'll do is I'll throw down a laser IO dude here and here. Okay. And let me borrow the incomplete precision mechanism, so you will be allowed to extract a basic filter of incomplete precision mechanism, and we'll ignore NBT, so it'll just, anything that's an incomplete precision mechanism will be extracted here. This might want to be on the insert side. That's probably correct. Okay, so you will insert here precision mechanisms that are incomplete. Okay, that should be cool. And you'll just extract everything. Ah, that's you. Connected to you. So now the incomplete precision mechanism should be extracted. Cool. And immediately sent back over there. That works for me. And then we'll throw the other gold plates in there in a minute, but I'm going to want to use those precision mechanisms for 2 tasks. Well, one of them, we definitely need to get coal going here. I'm curious how fast this is when these guys are actually properly heated. Like, are we moving at a decent pace now? Or better. Definitely better. That ain't bad at all, actually. That's pretty good. See? And now it's not taking out my precision mechanisms. It is taking out the incomplete precision mechanisms. And then if we wanted to, we could hook this up to an interface. Probably going to want a bunch of these, to be honest with you. Okay, so you could sit here, and then you're going to... I want you to be a high priority for a sec. Okay. So, see how it's creating, like, random junk? So that's what happens when it fails. It creates, like, a random junk item, right? So over here, what I'm going to do is blacklist. So let's turn you off for a sec. Okay. You are going to insert, but you're going to deny incomplete precision mechanisms. Okay, so then I can insert that on that side, and anything that's not an incomplete precision mechanism will be pulled out and stuck into the ME interface, right? And then as we do more things... Why you stop? Oh, because you're not fast enough, that's why. You probably could use some... Yeah. You could probably use some overclockers. Okay, bring that down to once every tick. So now he'll be super fast on the extract. So that can then be expanded, you know, to do other things. Sweet. And then all we need to do is connect this up to channels. Right? You should be... You're still going to allow me to open this chest, right? Cool. And then you'll... all that stuff, and then... Sweet. Now, for create, I would like... Didn't I teach you how to make the thingy from create? I taught you how to make the thingy from create. There it is. Mechanical arm. Sweet. Okay. Now, mechanical arms, I think, need to take off basins, don't they? They can't take out of inventories, but they can take off of basins. So let's... Or a depot. Depot. That thing. Yeah. You can interact with this guy. Okay. So you stuff go away. You can go into my backpack. What's this thing, by the way? Weighted ejector. Is that new? I don't recognize that guy. Ha! That's cool. That's funny. Okay. So mechanical arm, remember, needs the following. You have to assign their inputs and outputs before they're placed. And they can take from depots, but I'm pretty sure they can't interact with chests, right? Right. So let's do this. You ready? Throw a steam engine down here. Okay. And then you need a depot that's going to have coal on it. So can I do this, and then this, and that? And have you sit here? And then all you need is a cogwheel and a cogwheel. Can I get you to do that? That seems pretty doable. Now, if I place some coal on you, in theory, you should be happy to take that coal and put it over into those things. And then you'll speed up a little bit. And now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Okay. So now to get coal on this thing, the next question is, can I get a pulverizer? Okay. And can I program him to input on the left and output to the right? And if I got some coal ore, will he automatically place the outputted coal on that dude? Right? That's a valid question. Will he automatically place the coal there? He does. Excellent. Excellent. That's what I wanted to see. All right, now Mr. Pulverizer makes 2 coal, a sulfur, and a gravel. Now, in fairness, I could redstone furnace it, and that would be a little less EMC efficiency, but coal's not that expensive, and then that would save me the hassle of worrying about gravel and sulfur, because there's nothing filtering this, right? And I can't prioritize outputting to the top. So I could put a drawer on top, right, and tell it gravel and sulfur goes there, but that won't necessarily be the first place it puts its item. It might wind up still putting gravel and sulfur on the right. So I think a better approach would be to do a furnace, like a redstone furnace. Which at this point I'm a little annoyed that you don't know how to make. I taught it many things, but I did not teach it this. Okay, so you chill here, Mr. Redstone Furnace. Okay, and then I'm going to need flux network stuff. Now, if I wanted to, I could make, I think it's called an alternator. And that would generate RF based on rotational energy. But I'll just do flux points at this point, right? That's fine. Okay, and then we need one of these dudes, an EMC link. You're going to have coal ore. And then you will output and bing, bang, boom. Cool? I think that should work. And in theory, this will produce more coal than the blaze burners need. Right? I like that. That's pretty neat, right? I think that's cool. And then that should just run. And at some point, the depot will back stuff, and the redstone furnace will back stuff. And that's cool, right? I'm not sure what amount of items can live here, but I'm guessing a stack-ish. Maybe multiple stacks. I don't know, we'll find out. But how cool is that? I'm very pleased with all this. So now we've got this guy all up and running, and we can make precision mechanisms. Right? all we need is a pattern provider. And the pattern provider will say something along the lines of, put in 10 gold plates, get 1 precision mechanism. And then what will happen, we'll have 10 precision mechanisms, or 8, right? Roughly 8 is what we would get on average, because it's 80% chance. And then we would say, like, that'll suffice, right? So now we know how to automate precision mechanisms. You just need to say, realistically, I don't need any of these. It's just this turns into this, but I'm going to make this... Isn't there a way to change this? Middle click modify amount. That doesn't work because I put a thing in... inventory tweaks always messes with middle click. It kind of overwrites all the middle click functionality. But that's on me for putting that in the pack. So I'll just make 10 and then punch it in there. Sweet. Okay. What kind of speed upgrade are in you? You could be faster. Okay, so this goes in here now. So now if I want precision mechanism, right, I just need to connect these guys up. And now to craft one of those needs 10 gold plates, right? So this is like a workaround to the whole possible failure thing. It'll dump 10 gold plates in there, and then chances are it'll make at least 1, but probably at least 8-ish. You know, at least. And with the export busing and the crafting cards, we should always have everything we need cogwheel-wise. That's cool. That works for me. Not bad. Not bad at all. Should I make this like the flattened version of the thing so I can open the chest? Maybe. Right? And then we got some number of precision mechanisms from that craft and some number of failed items. But it's all good. So let's take you. So I can do this, right? Get that pattern in there, and now I can open the chest if I want. Cool? Alright, so let's get another deployer. And so if I want to make these things, how would I get stripped oak logs? Can I do this on a belt thing? I could do that, but can I do a saw on a belt? That's a good question. Good question, right? Let's try it. I'm not sure if I've ever done this, but we're going to try it today and see what happens. So what we would want is you to you. We would have this stuff. Okay. We would have you. Basically, the saw would go here. Feeling like that doesn't work that way. I think I could have the saw in like this position, maybe. Now, alternatively, we could deploy her with the axe. And if we just taught it how to make iron axes, that would work, right? I think that would work. So if we said, hey, here's how you make an iron axe. Oh, and put you in the thing. Right? And then... Now, you're going to be using 5 channels here. We're going to need at least 3 more for this to work. So that should be sufficient. That should be sufficient. Right? So I'm going to do a deployer and a deployer. But we're going to rotate you guys so that you're like this. We can throw down another one of these guys. It doesn't matter what direction these guys are going, so it's fine. Okay? You'll have an export bus and an export bus. You will be crafting cards. you'll have an axe, which you'll know how to craft, and you'll have a, what's it called? Andesite alloy? Which you'll know how to craft. Okay. And then here and here should be 7 channels. And then we'll have another chest with a pattern provider. And that'll be 8 channels. Okay. And then you would be another chest. You would be these guys. And then you would laser IO the item out. True? So on the up, you can extract. Okay, and then we just connect you to you, and that should be cool, right? And pretty much anything that goes in here will match the filter of you're not an incomplete precision mechanism, right? So it'll allow all the outputs of that. And then the setup here would be andesite alloys are made with oak wood, and that's it, right? Oak wood goes in, andesite alloy comes out. You are not rotating. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why you know the thing? Didn't you say that you could manual item application? Does that not work with the... I was hoping that that meant I could do the thing with the thing, but maybe not. You think it has to be that? Try that. Nope, that doesn't work either. That's mode attack. That's mode use. You don't want to do that? I figured that would be too easy. I knew it would be too easy. Now, if I put a stripped oak log in there, so what if we did that? Just for the heck of it. So assuming I put a stripped oak log in there, you should, and then you're cool, right? So, and now we've got 19 remaining for our craft, right? So this does not work. That is a bummer. So what we're going to need to do is come up with a sawmill approach that would probably have to sit here, right? And then, so if I did this, you ready? And then put these guys here. If I broke this, and we did this, and then we put that saw, would you be cool if I gave you a little bit of rotational power? Right? And then we said, don't I want to filter your whatchamdoohickey? There is a way to filter you, isn't there? Maybe not. But what happens if I put an oak log here then? Alright, so you need to be... Oh, there's the recipe filter. I knew there was a recipe filter on there somewhere. Yep, oak log. Alright, cool. So now are you going to be cool, mister? You're going the wrong way still. Maybe because that's the direction he's spinning. Though he looks like he's going that way, so shouldn't he be going... Okay, so it's probably that I need to rotate this dude a little bit. Does he have a thing underneath? He does not. If I want him to behave, I need him to be going the opposite direction. Let me think about this for a minute, because this is going to be a challenge. But this might work if I did something like this. So I could probably, therefore, do something like... regular gearbox here. So now if Oak drops on here, he's going to get sliced and continues along the way, right? Now, I'm going to want my deployer to sit here, like that, okay? And this guy gets the export bus with the cable. That will export bus, what am I export busing? Andesite alloys, right? Okay, so now I throw a bunch of oak logs in here, and they should get sliced, and then stamped, and then and that's it, and then there's your andesite alloy crafting. Boom. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. Now, it's very possible that when I expand this for brass, we're going to do something similar deal. But I will probably put that on the other side of the gearboxes, and we'll just kind of figure that out. Somehow. I'll figure it out. Next episode. For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's come back next time and continue automating some create stuff. But we're actually very good here. Now that we've got these machines automated, I can probably whack this whole setup and connect it to the steam boiler. For now, Del20 sign off. We'll come back next time to make the this stuff, the mechanical crafter things. And then we'll have access to some really good stuff from Create. And then we're going to move into Tier 3 automation of essences. For now, take it easy.